you can hear me. The microphone is inside my helmet. Okay. Like I said. Come on, baby. Don't die on me. Come on, baby. I see one person. Come on, baby. The bike's got to warm up. And they left. Pretty sad. Oh my gosh. I guess I should just go. A little bit loud. I'll walk away from my bike. Almost sounds like it's gonna die. It does it when it starts. I don't know if you can hear me. My microphone's inside my helmet. Someone's here. How's it going? I see one visitor. Okay, well, there's two visitors. I can't do any chats because I'm gonna put my helmet on. I guess there's two of you. I don't know who you are, but thanks for being here. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to try and talk. I'm sorry. Just brace yourself because it's really loud. I have the microphone right in front of my ruby red lips. I cannot comment. I will just talk. So for those of you who are here, I saw there was a couple. My name's Joe Lawrence. This is my motorbike. I'm going to try to go show you my town, Vermilion. I hope you're excited. I'm pretty excited. I hope the angle's okay. I can't check any of this till later. What I'm going to try to do, and I apologize already for, I know the voice is loud. I did a trial run a little bit earlier, and when I listened, it was loud. So just maybe turn your speakers down or headphones or whatever. This is my place. I park my bike just usually in the front over the summer. I don't know if you can. And then I have to park it at my son's house in his shop. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to show you around Vermilion. And I really, really hope you can hear me. I hope all of you had a good week. And I missed the pack. I'm sorry if I'm talking too loud. Like I said, I have the microphone right in front of my big fat lips, like really close. Also, what I'm trying to be aware of is turning my head too fast. I don't want to make you guys throw up, because I've watched a few motorbike, what do you call them, like YouTube channels, and sometimes they turn their head so fast, because you got to check for traffic. I didn't invest anything. I have this, $6 iPhone holder. I got it kind of jury-rigged, as they say, onto my helmet. I have a microphone from an old set of headphones taped, where I covered it up with a little bit of cloth to try to, kill the wind noise a little bit. So I wrapped it in some cloth and I taped it into place in front of this. Is my second helmet. I have two helmets. This isn't the one I usually wear, but it was a little better for this setup. Now, I hope someone's with me. Ha 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 ha. It's been a tough few weeks here. As you know, I'll just give you a very, very, very quick rundown. I won't get into it too much because I just want to show you my town of Vermilion, Alberta. As you know, some of you know, my daughter Genevieve, she's 14. She's struggling with OCD really badly, and I think we're getting some. We got some therapists, and it's been a rough ride. Later on, we'll talk more about it, but so she's doing a little bit better. It's just yeah. Okay, so enough of that. It's just been really hard. She can be all night. Anyways, I'll talk to the pack about it later. Where am I going now? Well, okay, so what I thought I would do. So I'm in Vermilion, Alberta, Canada, and I'm on the east end of Vermilion. I'm right now heading east. Over to the left here, that's Buffalo Trail Public Schools shop. I used to work for Buffalo Trails. I was their plumber for a while, and now I'm with the county. As you know, I was also an instructor at the college, so I left Buffalo Trail to teach at the college. I'll show you the college a little bit later, too. But I worked at Buffalo Trails after I got my ticket as a plumber and a gas fitter. I hope this isn't too noisy. I guess I can't think about it. You know what? I can't think about it. I'm just going to pretend that everything's fine. I love being able to read your comments and sort of talk with you guys, but today I'll just do the talking. You can talk amongst yourselves, as they say. Anyways, I'm heading east. The town is actually back this way. I don't know if you can see my hand. But west. But I'm heading east. Why am I heading east? Well, because I just want to show you where my mom is buried. So just a little bit out of town. This always made me kind of wonder. This is now gravel. Just a second. That's gravel. Street bikes. Oh. Street bikes aren't made for gravel. But I just have to be careful. I am usually pretty darn cautious. For some reason, I don't know whose little section of hell this is. But why they can't... Oh my gosh. This is a cemetery right out here. Granted, not everyone in town is Catholic. It's the Catholic cemetery. But why the heck they don't pave this last little bit? Because you can see ahead, maybe you can't. So there, I just about got hit by that truck. So you guys saw that. That was on video. I was signaling to turn. And that's why he's going so fast, because he probably feels stupid. Idiot. Okay, sorry. May the souls of the faithful departed through the mercy of God rest in peace, and may the Lord of the harvest send workers into his vineyard and bless all who are there now. So this is the Vermilion Catholic Cemetery. There's a statue of Our Lady, Mary, and that's her son Jesus. And he's sitting on the world there. It's a beautiful statue. It needs to be like sandblasted and painted. Again, I don't know how well you can see. I don't know where my camera's pointing, but let's just hope that you can see right there. It says Lawrence. I hope it's looking over there. That says Lawrence on it. That's my mom. That's my mom, Christine. Hi, Mom. This is the pack. I'm taking them for a ride on my motorbike. I know you don't like motorbikes very much, but I know my dad. I was talking to my dad on Father's Day. I gave him a call and we had a nice visit, and he mentioned that him and Mom went on a motorbike. I think it was called a BSA, B as in Bob, or British Service Armories, or British Armories Service, a BAS or a BSA. It's one I'd never heard of before. So I looked it up. He said it was a 600, and they used to live in I don't know how familiar some of you are Canadians. In Alberta, we have the Rocky Mountains, and the town's called Jasper. It's a national park. It's for the country, but it belongs to us Albertans. Ha. Anyways, there's a town before Jasper, about 2 hours before, called Edson, and my mom and dad lived in Edson, and Dad, I think, must have been early in their marriage, because just like my wife and I, we had children right away. But he said he went for a motorbike ride with Mom from Edson to Jasper on the 600 BSA or something. I looked them up. It's a cute, cool-looking bike. Okay, Mom, I'm going to go. Love you. God bless. I'm writing a song right now. I'm working on a song for called My Mother's Grave. It's I don't know. I just kind of miss her some days. Anyone who's lost their parents, you know what it's like. You just miss them some days. So I wrote a song kind of about being out here. Sometimes I come out and sit with her, and it's just sort of about that. So I'll share that with you guys when I'm a little closer to being done. So there's McFarland's, there's Gordy's, and then we get into, and there's a lot of Ukrainians in town. There's Mudryk, Jeremko, Statniak, Jokula, Bakowski. Why are you saying it like that? Well, because I'm a racist. Wasilik, Perduchny. I like Perduchny. That's a good name. I'm not racist. I love Ukrainians. My son-in-law's Ukrainian. Kuznitcha. There's a Podursky. Anyways, there's a lot. But of course we have the good old, McLeods and McPhees. They're Scots, Irish. We're all in this great big family we call humanity. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so there's my visiting my mom. That's the Catholic cemetery. So this, like I said, I'm east of town, and I'm going to start heading west. I hope the sun and all that. Like I said, I shouldn't concern myself too much. I'll just keep talking. I know I'm driving a little erratically. I'm actually a lot more smooth than this, but I am trying to keep my head straight. I'm trying to keep it so the camera is, not jumping around so much, because I think it can, and I hope I'm not too loud. This road, I think, is silly. As you can, it's a travesty in my opinion. Somebody, the town, and I don't know who. I know our Catholic Church doesn't have a lot of money, but what the heck? They should pave this last little bit. It's so small. Okay, enough ranting. Let's get to raving. So this is a great little town. It's called Vermilion. This town had its 100th anniversary a few years back. And there's a lady that I know. She made a t-shirt, and it's kind of an inside joke t-shirt. And it says on it, Vermilion, 100 years old, and still one L of a place to live. So that's a bit of a pun. One L of a place, because the Vermilion is actually named after the color red, Vermilion red. And if you know your colors, I don't really, but I just know Vermilion is red. The Vermilion has only one L in it. Most people who spell Vermilion, they put in two L's, like million, like $1 million. But no, it's actually one L. So it's kind of a Vermilion-esque joke. One L of a place to live, 100 years old, and one. I thought that was pretty cute. She's a pretty smart cookie, that girl who made that. Anyways, so what I'm gonna do, I'm not quite sure. I don't have a huge plan. When I got this bike last year, I drove around all over this town trying to practice, and learn. Now I did it. I guess you could probably say fairly safely that I did it illegally. Because in order to practice riding your motorbike, you have to go with someone who has theirs. And the only person I know is my brother Jeremy, who drives truck now for a living. He was a teacher, but now he drives truck. And my wife's uncle, and he lives 30 minutes away. So it was very, 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 very difficult to get anyone who could follow me around while I practiced driving. So what did I did? Well, in the cloak of darkness, sometimes in the daylight, I would, I'm just checking for traffic here. There would not be something. In the cloak of darkness, I would go and practice my driving. I know that. I'd go around town and learn and practice. And I think it was a good thing because I did get my driver's license now. I'm all legal, and I'll admit to my pack here that it was close. I almost didn't get it, but everybody was failing that day. I think I might be the only one who passed, but I attribute that to all the practicing that I did. So anyways, what we're doing now, we're going down what's called, I'm heading west, and we're going down, this is what's called Railway Avenue for obvious reasons. I don't know how well you can see anything, but there's the railroad that comes through Vermilion. Like all these towns in western Alberta, they were pretty much born from the railroads. On this main railroads, every 15-20 minutes there's another little town, and that I believe was because back when trains were mostly steam operated, they need to have water. They had to have water. They could only go so far before they had to, pick up water to keep the train running. And a lot of these towns were born from that. I believe. I could be full of beans. I'm going to take you on the little route that I go. So this is Railway. I'm going to turn and head towards Main Street now. It's nice and quiet. There's a person in the middle of the road for some reason. Don't know what that's about. Actually. Interesting. Okay, so back to Vermilion. Vermilion Red, I believe. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't hit those people. He was in the middle of the street a moment ago. So Vermilion Red is because I'm going to go this way actually. What happened, the color is from the bricks. They used to manufacture bricks. Like you build with buildings, bricks. There's quite a few for a town in the middle of the prairies. We have quite a few brick buildings, and a lot of them are the original Vermilion brick, because somewhere, I don't know where, I've never seen it, but somewhere along the bank, oh shit, I didn't unplug this mic, did I? Sorry, I swore. So there's a building, if you guys recognize that a little bit from one of my songs that I sang with Caitlin, maybe Is This Your Idea of Fun or something. I did some of the photographs are from this building here. It's called the Imperial Block. And let's see, it says 1912. That's how old that building is. Used to have big windows in the front. It was a bit of a department store. So cool, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to go this way. The town's quite dead. I know I'm driving like an idiot, but I'm just, there's not much for traffic. Vermilion Red. So the brick, there's some shores that had this clay that they used for these bricks. And some of the buildings still have that. I'm going to show you one of I think one of the greatest buildings in Vermilion. It's very hard to see, but this is it here. It's called the Craig's Department Store. No, that's okay. This building here. A friend of mine that's some more of the Vermilion brick there. A friend of mine is a carpenter, and he resurrected that building. Basically, it was covered in, back in the 70s, everyone covered everything with metal, with tin. This is original brickwork here on the front here. Anyways, Okay, that's enough about the bricks. But that's where Vermilion got its name, is what I've heard. From the Vermilion red clay that they made the bricks out of. So, what else is there about it? Okay, so now I don't quite know how to do this. I'm heading north. This is Main Street I'm coming up to. I'm going to turn left and head west again. I'm going to head to, I'll show you where my old stomping grounds on the other end of town where I grew up. I hope you're not getting sick of listening, one, to my voice, which I think is going to be quite loud. I hope you can hear me okay. And also, the motion sickness. I hope you don't get motion sickness. I'm enjoying it. I hope there's some people actually watching this, but maybe people watch it later. So this is the main highway. I'm just about to cross the main highway that goes north and south. It's called Highway 41. We'll probably head down there a little bit later. I actually wrote a song called Highway 41 once too. A long time ago, probably 28 years ago. Okay. Okay, so there's a little sign that says maximum 30 kilometers an hour, which is like drunk turtle slow. It is so weird. So that's in miles per hour. 30 is like 16 miles per hour. I swear I could probably get off my bike and walk. Oh, there's some kind of a military vehicle. That's cool. That's our cadet corps. We don't have much for an army or anything in this country, that's for sure. But we still have some kids who are interested in cadets, which I guess you could say is the initial training for the military. Here's maximum 50 kilometers, which is 30 miles an hour. I can speed up a little bit. Okay. I hope this phone doesn't fall off. There's somebody on an e-bike, an electric bike. So I'm going to head down to the other end of town, and I'll show you where I grew up. This is actually pretty boring. I'll turn here just to make it a little bit more exciting. Come with me to where the wildflowers grow and the trees smell like heaven, don't you know? That's Margaret Templeton. She works at the college with my brother Liam. This is the Valley View Manor where my mother-in-law lived at the end of her days. She lived there. Her husband passed away first, and then she passed away. That was actually I just passed. You may not have seen her, but I think that was the wife of one of my bosses, I believe. So here I am following a Purolator van. So yeah, and that's our hospital. I'm starting to realize this might be quite boring, but that's okay. It's a very cute town. A lot of people who visit this town remark on how quaint it is. It's like any town, it has its bit of a clickiness to it. That's I'll show you that later. That's where Donna lives. You guys who know Donna, she lives across there. I'll just show you her apartment. So what am I doing? Okay, I'm coming up to... Oh shoot, of course there's somebody behind me. That's what happens. You want to do stuff. So this house right here is where I grew up. Oh, there's my sister-in-law. She probably doesn't want me to put her on camera. This is my house that I grew up. And Lupita, that's my sister-in-law. It's my brother Jeremy's wife. That's her there. She's working on her garden as always. She's a very, very good gardener. Okay, so that's my brother's house now. He bought it from my mom and dad. Now, if you don't get too sick, I'm going to turn around. Make sure there's no one behind me. Do a little turn here. This is the Church of the Latter-day Saints right there. And okay, I'm going to show you. So I'm going to go back. So this is Jeremy's place again. Big, huge yard. It's a really nice place. So that's where I was at age 11. Age 11, I moved there. We used to live, you would never know because there's all these houses. This used to be the end of town. There was nothing here. But right here, where that is the Ukrainian Catholic Church, which is kind of sweet. I want to drive in here a little bit. Pretty much over in that corner, I guess, is where my house used to be. It got torn down when I was 11, and then they built this church. They made a bunch of, I gotta be careful on this gravel, it's quite loose. And this whole subdivision took quite a few years. I'm sorry if I'm turning my head too quickly here. This is called the Brennan subdivision, Brennan Park. That was the farmer who sold his land here at the edge of town and raised it. Now, I'm not going to go through there. I think it's pretty boring. What I'm going to do, though, so on this edge of town, so this pretty little road right here is called Becky Scott Trail. Does anyone know who Becky Scott is? Put up your hands. I do. She is a gold medalist in the Olympics. I don't know which ones. Don't know what year. She was a gold medal skier, cross-country skier. She trained in this at this provincial park. And this is called Becky Scott Trail now because she won a gold medal in the Olympics. Now, it was kind of a sad story. Not too, I don't want to get scary. She, what did she do? She actually got 3rd place. But then they found out that the ladies who got 1st and 2nd were tested and they had drugs. They were juicing up. So she got moved up to 1st place. Now, why I find that sad is because whoever got 4th and 5th place should have been actually 2nd and 3rd. And Becky Scott at least had the joy, after a lifelong commitment and hours of training, she at least got to stand on a podium, hear the national anthem being sung, and partake in that glorious culmination of all those years of work, changing gears like an idiot. Okay, so anyways, she what happened to her? So she got 1st place, then she became a gold medalist, and they had, of course, to send the medals to those other people. So that's just kind of sad. But that's a nice little claim to fame for us here in Vermilion, as we have this gold medalist. I know her father passed away there. It says Becky Scott Nordic Ski Area. That's the old train station that used to be downtown, and they moved it to here. I'm heading right down to the river. Now, don't be surprised when you see this body of water and you think, oh my gosh, that river is humongous. It's a deception. There are holographic machines projecting. No, that was a lie. They're not holographic machines. What it is there's a dam. Dam. So they dammed it up here years ago. I'm not quite sure why, but this big body of water is a result of the Vermilion Dam. If you choose to look topographically, a plan view, a map view of Vermilion from the sky, you will see that it is it's a scrawny little spindly little river. That's what it is. I'm going to turn around because there's some punk kids over there and I don't really want to deal with them. Not that I have to. I'll throw down if I have to. They don't want that. But it may be hard to tell, but it's actually quite a nice body of water. My wife and I have gone canoeing on it a few times, and it's very nice, and it's quite large, really. But as you get around the corner, it's hard to see, but you get around the corner, it reduces to maybe 6-8 feet wide. It's really quite small. It's quite funny, actually, when you look at it on a map, like a topographical map. So this is the somewhat famous Vermilion Provincial Park. We have miles and miles of trails to go down. Oh, this is a really rough road. I'm going to take you next to where Steve Wallace pretty much hit the big time, I guess, when he went to college here. He camped at this provincial park. Oh, this is the roughest road. Oh my gosh, I guess road maintenance wasn't in the budget. Okay, that's all I do is whine and complain. Alright, next. So, this is where we came in. I don't know if this is how it works for you guys, if it's messing you up. There's one. These are Richardson's ground squirrels. There's 722,000 million zillion mother effers. There's so many of them. Okay, granted, they're relatively cute, but they are terrible. They just destroy. They put holes. There's holes everywhere. There's soccer fields out here that they've been trying to, they have to eradicate them somewhat. But some people were like, oh no, don't. But oh my gosh, you should see. They it's hard to see. There's a bunch running there. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can find Steve's. So this next section is the B. I think was the B section. People are gonna wonder what I'm doing, but this might look familiar to some of you. I think he was in, like, maybe not B14, maybe this one here. That might have been Steve's, or this one here, 16. It might have been B16. It was one of these along here, I believe, where he did his 8 weeks of winter camping when he went to the college. And from that, his channel apparently blew up. Although it was quite large in my opinion, my humble opinion. Yeah, I think he had 20 or 30,000 subscribers. But, as you all know now, I think he's over 1 million. It's insane. It's so amazing. It's quite a few campers here. And I'm not trying to sound callous. I don't really know why. We did that body of water you saw. Well, I mean, I heard you. Okay, I'm going to jump across. Sorry, I'm talking too much, but that's a splash park that doesn't run because it's broken. Okay, so I'm just saying that's one thing. That's no good. We have that body of water that's really pretty to look at, but you can't swim in it, I think. I don't know why. It's not like we have, piranhas or barracudas. I don't really know why. I think it was I think it was a rumor started by, the town people that didn't really want to monitor it, frankly, But you just put a sign up, swim at your own risk, watch your kids. Bob's your uncle. I don't know. Anyways, what was I talking about? So this is, the provincial park. These are there's one of those ground squirrels. They call them gophers around here. You can see the trails there. There's just lots of lovely trails. But I'd love to ride my motorbike down them, but of course, they're only for fitness people. Us freaks who just want to, ride our quasi-hogs. We're not allowed to. So I'm going to sneak out of here because I'm a bit of a rebel. I'm supposed to go back the way I came, but because I got a motorbike, I can sneak through these little... There's a ground squirrel. Let's see if we can get him. No, he got away. There's the soccer fields. Of course, they were covered in gophers. They filled in all the holes, but I can see 2 or 3 of them already. Alright, so that's basically the provincial park. I'm leaving now. I'm heading south is my direction, if that makes any sense to you. I don't know. I hope you're enjoying this. I am. I wish I could talk to you guys, but I guess I'm just talking at you guys, and that's okay. I've driven these roads so many times. I'm trying not to, show it, but I'm getting little bugs in my face right now. Sorry. Yummy. Well, some people said we should get used to that idea. Eating bugs. So look at that monstrous thing. That's pretty new. Look at those telephone not telephone. Oh man, am I ever dating myself? Look at the telephone wires. I don't know if communications are in those at all. Those are just power lines. Telephone. Oh my gosh, that was a good one. I thought it was good. Ugh. I wonder if Richard's on board and Terry. I wonder if they're around. I don't know. So, what else can I show you? Oh, yeah, where Donna lives. So we'll go see where Donna lives. I'll show you that. I can open it up a little bit in a minute here. I don't know if any of you are interested in that. I'm a little worried that it's going to get so loud and noisy that it'll... But I can open it up just a smick here. Not right now. This is not the best place to do that. I'm in town. I gotta obey. Yeah, so if you recognize, there's the church where I didn't grow up in the church, but that's where my house. This is my brother Jeremy's again over there. All right, and there's a lady with that's a nice blouse. I know her actually. Okay, I was gonna turn here, but that lady's crossing the road. I don't want to scare her. This is another church. I think this is the Alliance Church. I don't think it is. I know it's the Alliance Church. I was going to say, I think Vermilion has 13 or something different churches. It's kind of amazing it's not that big of a town. I think the population is about 3,500, 5,000 maybe, close with the, surrounding area. I might be being too generous there. Okay, I have to turn back this way to show you. Donna might even be watching. That'd be pretty cool. She'd be like, oh no, don't worry Donna, I'm not gonna go in. She likes to put her feet up and relax. I'm not gonna... Okay, right here, this apartment here. This is where Donna lives. She's right in there. Hi Donna. I gave her a honk. She might have heard it. I don't know. We'll see later. Maybe she's on right now. I hope this is working. I'm sorry I keep going back to that, but like I said, I have the microphone is right in front of my red ruby lips. Okay. So I'm going to turn on to, this is again, like I told you, Becky Scott Trail. Oh, here's a coyote coming, so not a coyote. I'm going to see which way this person's going, because I want to turn left here. I'll do a little acceleration, but I don't want anyone around, because just cause. They're turning. I'm turning. They're going straight. You're welcome. All right, here we go. Just a little bit here. There we go. I don't know what happened. I hope the camera stayed okay. I don't know what angle it's gone. I'm worrying too much. Anyways, so that was about 60 miles an hour. It got up there pretty quick. It's not supposed to. That was definitely no. But life is, but a daring adventure or nothing at all, really. Hey. All right. So here we are. This happy little character is the old highway. This used to go all the way to the capital city of Edmonton. I'll show you it here. This is it right here. Just a small little thing. Not much for shoulders. Not much at all. It's just a little. This was the main highway. Of course, they've increased it. It's over about a mile this way now. And it's a double lane highway, and it's a lot safer. These old highways weren't that safe because they had no shoulders. Plus you had to pass people, there would be oncoming traffic. So where am I going now? This is the college. This is Lakeland College, Vermilion. These are the dormitories. They just did the roofs on them. Beautiful. I don't know what the heck they're not. It looks like some kind of a new style of shingle. It looks really nice. So those dorms are actually quite old. They're digging the heck out of everything here because they are. It looks like they're finally repairing. They're repairing the roads. Like this road is terrible. There's lots of potholes. I have to keep my eyes open because of the potholes. But yeah, this is where I used to teach. I will confess to you, my pack, that I loved that job. But God had other plans for me, and that's okay. I am a pencil in the hand of the Lord. Well, not really. More like a crayon. Who knows? Here's one neat thing, I think. Oak trees. There's beautiful oak trees at the college. There's not too many in town. Oak trees. I know that's maybe just sort of not much to some people, but this is where I used to come in when I worked here. Those are the Scots pine that I love. Those are the trees that actually inspired the line, where the trees smell like heaven. Believe it or not, it's the pine. Sometimes in the really hot summer days, you would, when I was heading home, I'd walk past those, and they just gave off such a beautiful pine aroma and made me totally want to go camping or get out. And that beautiful tree, that's an oak tree. I don't even know how old that one must be. There's a few in the front of the college too, and I can't imagine how old they would be. Probably close to 100 years, I would guess. But Jared, who sometimes comes on, I'm just going down the back roads here. This is the road I used to take. Jared, Pro Hortico. Sometimes you see him on here. He took botany or whatever, like landscaping. He has a certification or a ticket in landscaping. He went to college for that, so he knows trees pretty darn good. He was once complaining to me about someone who was doing some landscaping, and he was telling me it was a lady, and he said, you know what she did? She went and planted zone. I'm going to screw this up, but it was so funny. He's like, yeah, like it was a job he used to do, and then she took over, and when he was moving on to different things, and he's like, she's planting a bunch of zone 6 trees in a zone 5 area. Can you believe it? I was like, oh no, she has no God. Who is this woman? So I'm talking softly. I'm showing you some of the things I did when I was practicing to get my license. I hope this doesn't make you guys throw up. I don't know how. Anyways, I do some figure eights. I do tight turns in here. I do what do you call it? Slow. I want to say slow motion, but that's not what I mean. It's called just going slow. Controlled slow driving is probably one of the harder things on a motorbike. Going fast isn't hard. You just flip and change gears and yard on the throttle. That's not going straight and fast. It's controlled slow driving is harder, because the bikes, this one's not very heavy, but some bikes are heavy. This one's not too bad. I wonder how many people are here. I can't see. I think it might say 11. I was looking in the rear view a bit. I can't quite read it. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm having a fun time. I'm curious at when it went really fast there. I wonder what that translated like, you know? Like, I wonder how noisy, and some of the people who do these for a living, do motorbike things for a living, they got their sound worked out really well. And that's, there's a car coming. I want to show you, I guess, you know, I have that song called Fireworks. I never saw so many lights. I never heard quite so many sounds. And I was telling you that is from our local fair. Every year we have a fair. It's a fair. It's fairly famous. Our little country fair, the Vermilion Fair. It's a bit old school, which is nice because they have some horse shows. They have tractor pulls. They have chuck wagon races. I'm showing you. This is the fairgrounds. Okay, the grandstand from that song is right over here. So I'll drive in here a little bit. And there's a gas meter in the middle of the building. That's weird. That'd be fun to change. Yeah, let's bring a ladder. They're usually not up. That's the big red barn. I don't know if you can see that very well. Gosh, I hope this is... Anyways. Yeah, so... This is what it is. Take me away from this grandstand. So right here is where, you know, we would sit up there and watch the fireworks when they had them. And I'm going to drive in here. I'm not sure how good of an idea this is. So this is the grounds. You can see this is that's where the chuck wagon races are. This is the chuck wagon track. There's the grandstand there. There's the stage. They have some pretty good acts, actually. Some pretty good singers. I don't know, nobody famous that you know, but they're good. And this big open field is just covered with rides and people and mini donuts. You know, all the good things in life are there. They're not free though. They're really, really, really expensive. But my kids look forward to it so much. Of course, with the last few years, they haven't had it for a while. But I think we had it last year. This year, well, one of our little goals, one of our prayers, one of our hopes is that, you know, Ren will be set, ready to roll, you know, for the fair. We don't want her to miss the fair. And I think we're getting somewhere. We found a therapist who does something called, I'm going to mess this up. I'll just tell you a little story about OCD since you guys are with me here. This is where the horse shows go on, over in that far one. This is more the cattle. They show different types of cattle, Angus and Black Angus, Red Angus, different Holsteins or whatever. I'm not quite sure. I know that guy. That's Heine Westergaard. He went to school a few grades under me. He's a gas fitter by trade as well. This is where they keep all the horses and such, all the big draft horses, because they have a heavy horse as well. So OCD, well, the most common type of treatment for OCD is called, it's exposure therapy. If the girl or guy doesn't wants to clean their hands, 27 times an hour, you don't allow them to. You have to let them just, embrace that what they think is dirtiness, or uncleanliness, and then eventually you don't do it in perpetuity. You let them sort of. Then you usually they have stories like this one lady. She said her whole arm felt like it was going numb, like it was on fire. But then, after a little while, she realized, oh, actually, I am okay. That's called exposure therapy. And it's pretty much the most common And I'm not going to say it's unsuccessful. Apparently, it's quite successful too. But it's a challenge, and depending on what your child's compulsions are, it can be kind of difficult to do. So we didn't, we were going to do it if we had to. But then I'm going to tell you, in an act of desperation, I called a hypnotherapist in the city of Edmonton, a lady that I found online, and I told her my story and Janice and my little girl's story. Look, there's a bunch of baby magpies. You guys maybe don't know magpies. You've got different people from around the world watching, perhaps. Anyways, after I got through saying what we're going through with my daughter, and how her bathroom routine at night can be anywhere from 12 to 28 hours. I'll just let you guys in on that a little bit. And some of the stuff we're trying to get. She said she's an OCD specialist, actually, but she couldn't help us, right, because her mom sadly was dying, and she was moving out to help and move in with her mother. So, but she gave Janice some contact information to look up and to find. So we found a therapist who does this different type of therapy that, according to her, and we never heard of it before, and it's called BWRT, I think, Brain Working Recursive Therapy, BWRT, and it helps a lot of things. Excuse me, I'm bumping on the gravel roads again. It helps a lot of things. It helps anxiety, apparently. Anyways, so it's relatively new to North America. It's used a lot in the UK and South Africa. They help treat PTSD with it. Sorry, I'm turning my head too violently. They treat PTSD with it very successfully, and OCD. Now, we had one session with her. It was mostly just to get to know Jenny. Jenny had a bunch of homework to do. The therapist, who was a very nice lady, she actually gave Janice her cell number, told Janice to text her or call her whenever she wants to. The first session, anyone who's ever dealt with therapists, some of them are really good. I'm not trying to say they're not. But, usually when your time is up, 1 hour, it's pretty much done. Maybe some stick with you for a little longer. But with Genevieve, sorry about moving my head here, it was, the first session was 2.5 hours. And that lady didn't care. She said, I'm going to stay as long as I can. And she actually tried to do one session of BWRT with her. And it was, we didn't expect too much. But do you know what she said to us? Well, first she said Jenny did an amazing job. That her homework that she had to do, she did excellent. But she said that within probably 4 sessions, not 4 months, 4 years, 4 sessions, she'll be better. That's what she said. Anyways, we're hopeful. It is hard. It is hard to, it's hard. It's hard to remain hopeful, because it's not been getting better. It actually has been getting worse in some ways. But yeah. So this lady, she just did the one session, but then she's in a training session this week, so she can't see her this week. But we're just hoping we can keep her sleep schedule good enough so she can at least be awake for the next session. It's hard to explain, but sometimes when she's Anyways, I don't want to talk too much about it, but sometimes she'll be in there, well, you heard me, 28 hours. And so, she gets, her sleep schedule can be really, really terrible. And so okay, enough of that. So now we're getting close to home again, to my neck of the woods. You may not recognize, because I'm coming at it from a different angle. I wanted to show you just one more place, I guess, where my brother Liam lives. I don't know if I mentioned. You guys know Liam, just you haven't met him on the channel, but you know that I got my high definition songs: Bachelor Farmer, Come With Me, Lonely Man, Open Stage. Like, those are, Liam recorded those ones. He's the sound engineer. He lived in Thailand. His wife is from Thailand. And he works at the college still in the IT department. And he's got just a really nice little house that was built actually by that carpenter I mentioned earlier, who revitalized that old building. Anyways, I can show you this too. This is I don't know how well you can see it. I don't know. Is this still sort of, I don't know what's going on. That's St. Jerome's School. That's the school that I went to, St. Jerome's. Who is St. Jerome? Well, he was the one who translated the Bible from, what was it? From something to something. From, I don't know, Aramaic to Latin. I think he translated it to Latin. I don't know what gear I'm in. Okay. Anyways, that's St. Jerome. And my dad taught there for 33 years. Okay, I don't know if you can see that house there with the little... I'll turn my head a bit more dramatic. There it is, that cute little place. That's Liam's place. Sorry, I hope you didn't throw up. I'm scaring this lady because I'm driving really slow. She's reaching for her pepper spray. I gotta get out of here. Alright. What else can I show you? It'd be kind of nice if we could communicate somewhat. Anyways, I'm going to show you this monstrous house. Look at that thing. That's only a few years old. Right across from it is one of the most happily situated homes I've ever seen. They actually made it. It's such a cute. Sorry, I'm checking for traffic. It's such a cute house. They hardly took any trees out of the way. It fits in there very well. And then over here we got this absolute monster that just said to hell with the environment of this neighborhood. I'm going to stomp on all you sons of bees. I thought it was pretty cute. The juxtaposition. Sorry, I'm turning too much. Sorry. I don't want to be hit. Okay, I'm trying to do slow turns, but I can't. That must be making you guys sick. Alright. I think I'll take you to my church. I'm turning really quickly here. This is where my brother Luke used to live, right there. Just over here and around the corner is the church I go to, the Roman Catholic Church. It's the Holy Name of Jesus Church, or Parish of the Holy Name. I don't know, there's always a bit of controversy about that name. It is, Jesus is present there, so it's got all that beauty. But the church itself is not that beautiful. It is built in the 70s when they were trying different things. So in its own little retro way, it's kind of neat, but it doesn't look like. I kind of like. You probably can guess what churches I like. A traditional French Gothic sort of style. You know, when you'd walk in and you're like, "That's a church." You know, with your brick and your stone and your mortar and your beeswax candles and the smell of incense clinging to everything. You can't help but think, "Oh man, this is a church." I don't know. That's just me. Okay. I think we're probably done. Sorry, I keep turning my head so quickly. I like to look around because, well, it's a safety thing. In case somebody's driving out in front of me like that goofball earlier. That's what killed me. So now, this is not much interest here, but these are the ball diamonds. One set of ball diamonds. Anyways, there's a few in town. And what else is about it? There's not too much else to report down here. There's some newer houses, some older houses, little mixture. When we had that big dog, and we do have a big dog now. Molly is fairly tall. We'll have to do, we haven't really done it yet. This is the dog park just over here. I don't know if you can see it very well. Oh man, the grass is tall. Anyways, that's the dog park. And you can just let your dogs go in there. You clean up after them, of course, but that's the dog. I think that's probably getting close to being it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I did. I mean, we'll see how it plays out. It was just a little bit of I thought, a fun idea. I want to play some music and such later on. I mean, not tonight, but I do want to get back to those things. Our life is a bit upside down right now. So I do want you to know that I appreciate all your thoughts and your prayers. I get some really nice email. Richard sent me a nice email saying that he's thinking about us and praying for us. And Terry too. And that means a lot to us. There's a lot of people praying. And my heart goes out to any of you who are struggling with these things. Like, I don't know if it's just me or like, isn't there so much, I guess you could say straight up mental illness. There's so much mental illness. There's so much anxiety disorder. It's just so much. Never even heard of it before. You know? But I think there's hope, right? I mean, even for us, like, if this therapy works, here in Canada, apparently there's only 12. Yeah, you heard me, 12 people that do this. I'm just, you know, we're Janice and I are, I guess we're fairly guarded. We don't want to say, you know, we don't want to sound pessimistic and just say once bitten, twice shy, or maybe 55 times shy. So we're not. I'm trying not to reserve judgment. I guess, we just don't know. Here's the thing. Here's what the first thing that comes to your mind. It sounds too good to be true. This BWRT. It sounds too good to be true. Now that sounds a bit, I know, skeptical, but it's just like when she said to Janice quite plainly, you know, 4 sessions and it's gone. It was just like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't know if anyone has dealt. I think some of Amanda sent me an email about dealing with, or how she had a friend. I'm sorry, somebody in her life had OCD, and it's really, really hard. You cannot reason with the person. I would equate it, if I was to equate it to anything, I would equate it to autism almost. I mean, but autism is a lifelong thing. God willing, this is something we can get through, but it is amazing. My little girl, Ren, is so logical. She's so fiercely beautiful and kind and innocent. She's truly missed by her family. I mean, of course they can visit her. It's not like it's not Rapunzel or anything. But, you know, at church, for example, the ladies, when you sort of tell the ladies what's going on, the older ladies, they almost immediately start crying when they hear what she's having to go through, because they love her so much. Jenny was just this little sweetheart who would go up to the ladies and hug them all. She'd compliment them on their outfits, on their jewelry, on their hair. And all the ladies just loved her because she's just a little bundle of energy. Well, none of them have seen her for so long. They're just like wondering what's going on. So we're pretty like most parishes, if you've been there for a while, like I've been there 53 years. So, you know, you get to know people. And they just, their heart went out. So the priest is praying for her. Has he come over? Well, we're trying to work it out where he can come and visit and give her a blessing and so on. But anyways, it's just, it's a really, really terrible condition to work with, but we think we're going to see the light. I'm going to take you down the old river hill. If you guys got a time, I might as well. One thing about this motorbike is I have a hard time stopping driving. I am a little bit hooked on it, I must say. This like I said, that other road was the old highway. This is the other old highway. I don't know if you recall earlier, I crossed over and I said this is the main highway that goes north and south. It was called Highway 41. Well, this crazy curvy thing right here was Highway 41 before. Can you believe it? Look at it. That's insane. So, this is the old River Hill, they call it. What a good name. So, I'm going to show you as best I can. I'll slow down. Alright. So on the left, if you can see it, there's no one behind me, so I can sort of stop here. On the left here is the new dam. This is the new dam right here. Somebody seems to be, I don't know, camping, which is odd. I'm going to keep my eye on the rear view. That's the new dam there across the way. I don't know how well you can see anything. Then over here is the old dam. Now you can see, I hope, how, look at all those barn swallows. Cliff swallows, probably. This is that little tiny river. That's the Vermilion River. You can't see it out there, but it's actually quite small. And it's a little bit bigger over there, but that huge body of water was it before. But I'll head up the other side of the gorge here. It would be so funny if this, you know, if the signal broke off like an hour ago and I've been just talking to myself, or I mean, I do that anyways, but I'm conscious. I'm trying to remain aware of all the people that are maybe 10, 11, 12, I don't know how many showed up. I'll only know later. this is oh, you probably can't hear me anymore. Traffic out here, and all of a sudden here two flipping trucks. This is just an old secondary road. I drove this one a lot when I was, still learning. I like to come out here. Is that working okay? How is it? Is it looking okay? I can try to tip this up a little bit. Is this gonna fall off? I hope it's okay. I wonder if Rad Rambo's there and Amanda. The only thing that makes it difficult is my inability to put my visor down. So I get all these bugs. It's awesome. No, well, it smells amazing out here. I think somebody just cut all this grass. It just smells like fresh cut grass. I won't go that fast anymore. I wasn't crazy fast. Like, I wasn't really speeding. I can only imagine what it sounds like. I don't know. And I'm not really set up to do this properly. I hope, like I said, I hope you guys haven't thrown up. And I hope you're having a nice little visit with each other. There's a big German Shepherd, and then there's a miniature pony, and they're almost the same size. There's some other horsies over there. Yeah. So this is this road here is the one that goes to the nuisance, what they call the nuisance grounds. The dump. It's not a dump. They get offended when you say dump. We used to have an old landfill, but they don't do that anymore. It's called a waste transfer, meaning they box up all our garbage and they bring it somewhere else. I don't know. It's a small town in southern Alberta called Underdarug. So we go and sweep all our stuff under the rug. That was a pretty bad joke. I can't do everything. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I stole these ideas from you guys have been on Peter Hewitson and Angler Brent. Angler, I was blaming those two. I was blaming those two for my desire. I've always wanted a motorbike since I was a young guy, like 17, 18, but they're not very practical here in Alberta. We have 6-7 months of winter. It's really, but anyways, and then I it just came back a little bit in the last 10 years, I'd say. And then Brent Angler he's got a nice little bike, and he goes on these little things. And then of course Peter, Traveling Pete, our Dingo Pack member, he has a nice little bike too. I can't quite recall what it is though. They're both I think they're around the 250cc. I think maybe a little bit bigger. I'm not sure. You don't need too much. You're just going around but. And some of those, what are they? Gum trees, I think. Some of the trees and such. Well, Angler had some really cool videos over looking at. I think one of them was like an old kiln or an old. Sorry, Angler, if you're there. And Traveling Pete, he's had some cool, really cool, like the scenery. That guy waved to me because he has a motorbike. I know him. I recognize a crazy car. Yeah, he's been on some really nice trails on the outback there, Peter. Anyways, this bike isn't really designed for that. Perhaps one day, I could get something like that, but right now I'm just, whoops, how's this going? Am I losing my camera? Oh boy. Right now I'm just happy to have this bike. I really love it. It's very fun. I think Rad Bravo's going to get a bike. I don't know if his wife is listening. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. He's going to get a bike and we're going to start a pack, a little bike gang. I don't have anybody in my bike gang yet. My brother Jeremy, well, he's always gone, so I don't know what our bike gang would do. Just drive around Vermilion, I guess. Cause some trouble. What kind of trouble could I cause? I don't even know. Oh, I caused some trouble. I drove through the park there, Provincial Park, and then I went out the place that wasn't an exit. Haha. And I drove across a field the other day with my bike. I had Sparrow with me. It was kind of funny. Because I said to her, hey, it was just, I said, hey, do you want to go do something illegal? She's like, yes. That's kind of cute. And then I just drove across the field to get from one spot to another. Like, it's not a big deal. I don't even know if there's a ticket. Probably, I don't even know what the ticket would have been. No off-roading, I guess. Oh, they're telling me that my speed limit. Neat. This is the Old School Cheesery place. That's fairly new. The building's not new, but that's a new business. There's somebody making cheese, and it's a bit of a coffee shop, I think. It's such a romantic idea, right? To have a coffee shop. I think everybody at one point or another has wanted to have a coffee shop. Yeah, we'll just have coffee. We'll just make coffee and everyone will come and we'll sell a bunch of coffee. It takes a lot of coffee to pay the rent. Friends of mine years ago in town here had one on Main Street. And actually he could have done well. Very interesting guy. And he knew people in the music industry. And some big names, like relatively big names really, in Canadian standards, would be coming through from one gig to another, and they would stop in at this Sugar Shack and play a set, you know. One of them, I believe his name was Jack Semple. Now, I don't expect any of you to know that name, and I could be making it up. But Jack Semple, I believe, an exceptional guitar player, blues guitar. And it was a Canadian movie, but there was a movie. I think it was called The Guitar Man. It was maybe it was loosely based on the Pied Piper. I'm not sure. Anyways, The Guitar Man, and he came into town and he played his guitar. And I don't know if but it was him. It was that guy. He was the Guitar Man, Jack Semple, I believe his name. So that was cool. So he played there. Anyways, so that little coffee shop But he was a wandering kind of a guy, the one who owned it, him and his wife. Like, she might have stayed, but he wanted to do other things. So he ended up leaving town and moving on to other things. So that's okay. But yes, coffee shops. Heck, I have thought of having a coffee shop. My brother Jeremy. Oh, I'm so sorry. That must have been loud. Sorry. It's a bug. I got a bloody bug in my throat, I think. My brother Jeremy would be excellent at running a coffee shop. He's so good at that stuff. Okay. I know I said this before, but I probably am going to go in. Look at all these young crows. I'm probably going to go in now because I got to get all the bugs out of my ears and eyes. I'm just kidding. It's not that bad, but I do have some in my... I think I got some in my eyelashes a little bit. They're just those little tiny no-see-em type bugs. Oh, cute. There's a family. Looks like they're getting ready to go camping. Sweet. So that's about it. I'll just head home now. I was going to say, I'm glad you guys, whoever could be here, I'll check it out later. I do have a song I'm working on. For now, it's called My Mother's Grave. I thought that sounded maybe a little bit too dark. I'm not sure. But it's just it's just sort of based on the little bit of loss and the, going out to her graveside there. So that I'm hoping to work on that. I got a little bit of it. I could drop for the pack members. I could drop the little bit I have, but I'm a little bit scared because I'm going to change some of the words. I recorded it very quickly, so it's not that it's not polished. So I'm never sure if that's a dangerous thing to do, to release stuff too soon. Maybe that it might be more detrimental. I don't know. I could always delete it afterward, I suppose. I did 10 Rivers like that too. I just sort of put a little bit out there because I'm working on these still. But I feel bad because I don't get to see the pack much. I don't do too much on the channel. So I feel like it would be nice to add a little bit. There's a nice Harley Davidson. But we'll see. That's my neighbor. So maybe I'll put it on. I'm just a little. It's very short because I've only got a few verses. I'm still working on the bridge and stuff. So we'll see. Let me see if I can get this all figured out here. All right, take that off. I gotta take my glasses off before I pull my helmet off. I got the phone set up. Okay, this might be a bit weird. Everybody brace yourself because you're going for a ride. Okay. All right. Well, that was fun. Hey, there's Rad right there. How's it going, brother? Well, that's nice. It says 16 people, 15 thumbs up. That's good. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to go in the house here and see how things are going. Hey, there's Dave. Dave was there. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me. The microphone's inside my helmet now, so... Oh, thanks. That was Carl Phelps. Thank you. We can't hear you much. We can't hear you much. Move the mic. Well, I want to do something dramatic. Get ready. Okay. That might have wrecked it, but we'll see. Can you hear me now? Oh, Richard said sounds great. Hi, Richard. You're here. That's great. I saw Darren there. He's going to bring, he's got I think it's a Yamaha as well, isn't it? Okay, you got me now. I unplugged the microphone that goes into my helmet
It's just an old ear pod thing, and I taped the microphone in front of me. I'm sorry, Carl. God bless. Oh, some stuff's going on. Well, I hope you guys had a good time. I had fun. Carl, I don't know what's up. I'll have to read the comments and see. But seems like there's something always going on. Anyways, I better get in the house now. How long was I out here? It says 85 minutes. I'll look back and I hope it wasn't too hard to watch. And I'm glad the bike is really warm. Oh, Carl, I don't know what's up. Okay. I'll check into that later. But I'll be praying for all you guys. And thank you very much for your prayers. Great ride. Oh, I'm glad, Carl. I'm glad. Hey, Donna was there. Did you see me drive by her house? That's pretty funny, eh? Good night, Richard. God bless you, brother. Good night, Amanda. Good night. Who else do we got here? Let's see if I can push some buttons. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. Richard, Donna, good night. God bless. Dave, good night. God bless. Thanks for being here. Chuck, you old coyote, he's there too. Darren's there. Right on. So we're going to try to do, we'll do some music next time, hopefully. But you guys keep the faith. God bless, sweet dreams. I love you. That was fun. I had a good time. I hope I won't say it anymore. Okay. I'm going to hit some buttons. God bless. That one and this